Ever wonder why Martha Stewart's food always looks restaurant perfect, even when she's cooking at home? The woman who built a billion-dollar empire didn't get there by accident. She's been quietly using professional chef secrets that most home cooks have never heard of. Today, I'm revealing 25 of Martha's most closely guarded cooking tricks that'll transform your kitchen game forever. Number 25, ice water bath for perfect pasta. Martha never drains pasta the way most people do. Instead, she plunges it straight from boiling water into an ice bath for exactly 30 seconds, then back into the hot pasta water. This technique, called shocking, stops the cooking process instantly and gives you that perfect al dente texture every single time. The rapid temperature change also helps the pasta hold its shape better when you add sauce. Most home cooks overcook their pasta by at least 2 minutes because they don't account for residual heat. Martha figured this out decades ago, and it's why her pasta dishes always have that professional restaurant texture that makes you wonder what you've been doing wrong all these years. She learned this from Italian chefs during her early catering days, and it's been a cornerstone of her cooking ever since. Number 24, compound butter in ice cube trays. Here's something that'll change how you think about flavoring food. Martha makes compound butters with herbs, garlic, and spices, then freezes them in ice cube trays. Each cube is exactly 1 tablespoon of flavored butter, perfect for dropping onto steaks, vegetables, or bread. The genius part? She makes different flavors in different trays. Rosemary thyme for lamb, garlic parsley for vegetables, and lemon dill for fish. When you need to elevate a simple dish, you just pop out a cube and let it melt over your food. It's like having a professional kitchen's worth of finishing touches ready in your freezer. This trick alone will make your neighbors think you've hired a personal chef. Martha keeps at least 6 different compound butter varieties frozen at all times, rotating seasonal herbs and spices to match what she's cooking. Number 23, salt your cutting board, not just your food. Martha sprinkles coarse salt directly on her wooden cutting board before chopping onions, garlic, or herbs. The salt acts like sandpaper, helping break down the cell walls and releasing more flavor and aroma. It also prevents small pieces from sliding around, giving you more control and better knife work. The salt absorbs excess moisture, which means your herbs stay crisp and your onions don't turn to mush. After chopping, she scrapes everything up together. The salt becomes part of the seasoning. It's a technique borrowed from professional kitchens that most home cooks never learn. Your knife skills will improve instantly, and your ingredients will taste more intense. Martha uses kosher salt for this technique because the larger crystals provide better abrasion without dissolving too quickly. Number 22, mayonnaise instead of butter for grilled cheese. This sounds crazy until you try it. Martha spreads mayonnaise on the outside of her grilled cheese sandwiches instead of butter. Mayonnaise has a higher smoke point than butter, so it won't burn at high temperatures. It also contains eggs and oil, which create an incredibly crispy golden crust that stays crunchy even after cooling. The flavor is more complex than butter alone, with a subtle tanginess that complements the cheese perfectly. Professional short-order cooks have used this trick for decades, but Martha brought it to home kitchens. The result is a grilled cheese that looks like it came from a high-end diner with that perfect golden brown color that makes your mouth water just looking at it. Martha discovered this technique while researching American comfort foods for one of her cookbooks, and she's never gone back to butter. Number 21, freeze ginger for perfect grating. Fresh ginger is a pain to peel and grate, but Martha discovered that frozen ginger grates like a dream. She keeps whole ginger roots in the freezer and grates them directly from frozen using a microplane. The freezing breaks down the fiber structure, making it easier to grate, and you get more juice and flavor. Plus, you don't need to peel frozen ginger. The skin grates away to nothing. This technique gives you that intense ginger flavor that makes restaurant dishes pop. Most people struggle with stringy, pulpy ginger that clogs up their grater. Martha's method gives you fine, fluffy ginger that distributes evenly through your cooking. She stores ginger in freezer bags for up to 6 months, always having fresh ginger flavor available for Asian-inspired dishes and baked goods. Number 20. Room temperature eggs for better baking. Martha never bakes with cold eggs straight from the refrigerator. She brings them to room temperature first, which makes an enormous difference in how they incorporate into batters and doughs. Room temperature eggs emulsify better with butter and oil, creating smoother batters that trap more air. This means lighter cakes, fluffier muffins, and more tender cookies. The technique is simple. Just place your eggs in warm water for 5 to 10 minutes before using them. Professional bakers know this secret, but most home cooks skip this step and wonder why their cakes are dense and heavy. Martha's been doing this since the 1970s, and it's one reason her baked goods always have that perfect professional texture. She even keeps a special bowl designated for warming eggs, making this step part of her standard baking routine. Number 19. Parchment paper. Sling for perfect brownies. Getting brownies out of the pan without destroying them used to be impossible until Martha started using parchment paper slings. She cuts parchment paper longer than the pan, so it hangs over the edges like a sling. After baking, she lifts the entire batch out using the paper overhang, then cuts perfect squares on a cutting board. No more digging brownies out with a spatula and ending up with crumbled messes. This technique works for any bar cookie or brownie recipe, and it makes your finished product look bakery perfect. The parchment also prevents sticking better than any cooking spray or butter, ensuring clean release every time. Martha uses this method for everything from lemon bars to blondies, and she always cuts the parchment with scissors to get perfectly straight edges that look professional. Number 18. Vodka pie crust for flaky perfection. Martha's pie crusts are legendary, and here's her secret weapon: vodka. She replaces half the water in her pie dough with vodka. The alcohol evaporates during baking, leaving behind tiny air pockets that create incredible flakiness. Vodka also doesn't develop gluten the way water does, so you can work the dough more without making it tough. The result is a crust that's both tender and flaky, with layers that separate beautifully when you cut into it. This is a technique used by professional pastry chefs, but Martha made it accessible to home bakers. Your pies will look like they came from a high-end bakery with crusts that shatter at the touch of a fork. Martha keeps a bottle of cheap vodka specifically for baking. You don't need the expensive stuff since the alcohol evaporates anyway. Number 17. Upside-down muffin method. Martha bakes her muffins upside down for the first half of the baking time, then flips the pan right side up to finish. This creates perfectly domed tops instead of flat, sad-looking muffins. The batter flows toward what will become the top, creating that bakery-style mushroom shape that makes muffins look professional. The technique requires muffin pans with removable bottoms or silicone molds, but the results are worth the investment. Your muffins will have that picture-perfect appearance that makes people think you bought them from an expensive bakery. It's a simple physics trick that most home bakers never learn. Martha developed this technique after studying how commercial bakeries achieve consistent muffin shapes, and she's refined it over decades of testing. Number 16. Salt chocolate chip cookie dough. Martha adds a pinch of flaky sea salt to every batch of chocolate chip cookie dough, but not where you'd expect. She sprinkles it on top of the cookies just before baking, not mixed into the dough. The salt crystals create little bursts of flavor that enhance the sweetness and make the chocolate taste more intense. It's the same principle that makes salted caramel so addictive. The contrast between sweet and salty makes both flavors more pronounced. This technique transforms ordinary chocolate chip cookies into gourmet treats that taste like they came from a fancy bakery. The visual appeal is incredible too. Those salt crystals catch the light and make the cookies look professionally made. Martha uses Malden sea salt for this technique because the pyramid-shaped crystals provide the perfect texture and flavor burst. Number 15. Bloom gelatin in cold water. First, Martha never adds gelatin directly to hot liquids like most recipes suggest. She blooms it in cold water first, letting it absorb the liquid and swell up like a sponge. Then she gently heats it until it dissolves completely. This prevents lumps and ensures smooth, silky textures in everything from panna cotta to aspic. Most home cooks end up with grainy, lumpy gelatin because they skip this crucial step. Martha's method gives you that restaurant-quality smoothness that makes desserts look and taste professional. The blooming process also makes the gelatin stronger, so your molded desserts hold their shape better and unmold cleanly. She learned this technique from French pastry chefs and has been teaching it to home cooks for over 30 years. Number 14. Reverse sear for perfect steaks. Martha cooks thick steaks using the reverse sear method. Low oven first, then high heat searing at the end. She starts steaks in a 275-degree Fahrenheit oven until they reach the desired internal temperature, then sears them in a blazing hot cast iron pan for 60 seconds per side. This gives you perfect edge-to-edge doneness with a beautiful crust. Traditional searing first often leaves you with overcooked edges and undercooked centers. Martha's method ensures even cooking throughout, with that perfect pink interior that makes steakhouse chefs jealous. The technique requires a good meat thermometer, but the results are worth the investment. Martha uses this method for any steak thicker than an inch, and she always lets the meat rest for 5 minutes after cooking to redistribute the juices. Number 13. Freeze cookie dough in logs. Martha makes cookie dough in large batches, shapes it into logs, and freezes them wrapped in parchment paper. When she wants fresh cookies, she slices off rounds and bakes them directly from frozen, adding just 2 to 3 minutes to the baking time. This gives you fresh baked cookies anytime without the mess of making dough from scratch. The freezing actually improves the texture. The cold dough spreads less, creating thicker, chewier cookies with better shape retention. Professional bakeries use this technique to ensure consistent results. Your cookies will look uniform and professional, like they came from a high-end cookie shop. Martha labels each log with a recipe name and date, keeping a variety of cookie doughs ready for unexpected guests or sudden cravings. Number 12. Brine everything, not just turkey. Martha brines chicken breasts, pork chops, and even vegetables before cooking. A simple saltwater solution penetrates the protein, breaking down tough fibers and ensuring juicy, flavorful results. She uses a ratio of 1 cup salt to 1 gallon water, adding herbs and spices for extra flavor. Even 30 minutes of brining makes a dramatic difference in tenderness and taste. This technique prevents the dry, overcooked meat that plagues most home cooks. Your proteins will be restaurant quality every time, with that perfect balance of seasoning throughout, not just on the surface. Martha has different brine recipes for different proteins, a citrus brine for chicken, an herb brine for pork, and even a quick vegetable brine that makes carrots and Brussels sprouts incredibly flavorful. Number 11. Toast spices before using. Martha toasts whole spices in a dry pan for 30 to 60 seconds before grinding them. The heat releases volatile oils that have been locked inside, creating more intense, complex flavors. Ground spices that have been sitting in your cabinet for months come alive when you toast them first. She does this even with pre-ground spices, giving them a quick toast in a dry pan before adding them to recipes. The difference in flavor is remarkable. Your dishes will taste like they came from a restaurant that grinds their own spices fresh. It's a 30-second step that transforms ordinary cooking into something extraordinary. Martha keeps a dedicated small pan just for toasting spices, and she can tell when they're perfectly toasted by the aroma that fills her kitchen. Number 10. Ice cubes in burger patties. Martha presses a small ice cube into the center of each burger patty before grilling. As the burger cooks, the ice melts and creates steam from the inside out, keeping the meat incredibly juicy. The technique prevents the dry hockey puck burgers that result from overcooking. She forms the patty around the ice cube, sealing it completely inside. The melting ice also helps the burger cook more evenly, preventing the outside from overcooking while the inside stays raw. Your burgers will be restaurant quality, with that perfect juicy texture that makes people ask for your secret. It's a simple trick that professional grill cooks have used for decades. Martha discovered this technique while researching American grilling traditions, and she's amazed more home cooks don't know about it. Number 9. Pasta water for silky sauces. Martha saves a cup of starchy pasta cooking water before draining, then uses it to bind her sauces. The starch acts as a natural emulsifier, creating silky restaurant-quality sauces that cling perfectly to the pasta. She adds the pasta water gradually while tossing the pasta with sauce, creating that glossy finish you see in Italian restaurants. Most home cooks make the mistake of rinsing pasta or not saving the cooking water, missing out on this natural thickening agent. Martha's technique ensures your pasta dishes look and taste like they came from a high-end Italian kitchen. She always saves more pasta water than she thinks she'll need because it's impossible to recreate once it's gone down the drain. Number 8. Buttermilk substitute with vinegar. When Martha needs buttermilk but doesn't have any, she makes her own by adding 1 tablespoon of white vinegar to 1 cup of regular milk. She lets it sit for 5 minutes until it curdles slightly, creating the acidity that makes buttermilk so valuable in baking. This substitute works perfectly in pancakes, biscuits, and cakes, providing the same tender texture and tangy flavor as real buttermilk. The acid reacts with baking soda to create lift and lightness in baked goods. It's a technique that saves trips to the store and ensures you always have buttermilk when recipes call for it. Martha learned this from her grandmother, who lived in rural Connecticut where fresh buttermilk wasn't always available at the local store. Number 7. Aluminum foil tent for even roasting. Martha covers roasts and whole chickens with aluminum foil for the first 2/3 of cooking time, then removes it to brown the surface. This technique ensures even cooking throughout, while preventing the outside from burning before the inside is done. The foil creates a gentle steam environment that keeps meat moist while it cooks. She crimps the foil tightly around the edges of the pan to trap steam effectively. The result is perfectly cooked meat with a beautiful golden exterior and juicy interior. Your roast will look like they came from a professional kitchen with that perfect balance of browning and tenderness. Martha uses heavy-duty foil for this technique because regular foil can tear when removing it from hot pans. Number 6. Room temperature butter test. Martha tests butter temperature by pressing it with her finger. Perfect room temperature butters should give slightly but hold its shape, not melted, not hard. This temperature is crucial for proper creaming with sugar, which creates the air pockets that make cakes light and fluffy. Most home bakers use butter that's too cold or too warm, resulting in dense, heavy cakes. Martha's finger test ensures perfect butter temperature every time. She also cuts butter into small pieces to bring it to room temperature faster when she's in a hurry. Your baked goods will have that professional texture that makes people think you went to culinary school. Martha has been teaching this simple test for decades, and it's one of the most important techniques any baker can learn. Number 5. Salt pasta water like the sea. Martha adds enough salt to pasta water that it tastes like seawater, about 2 tablespoons per gallon. This seems like a lot, but most of the salt goes down the drain with the water. The heavily salted water seasons the pasta from the inside out, creating flavor that can't be achieved by adding salt to the finished dish. Undersalted pasta water is the reason most home-cooked pasta tastes bland compared to restaurant versions. Martha learned this from Italian chefs who say pasta water should be as salty as the Mediterranean. Your pasta will taste like it came from an authentic Italian kitchen. She always tastes the water before adding pasta to make sure it's properly seasoned. Number 4, parchment paper for fish. Martha wraps fish fillets in parchment paper with herbs, vegetables, and a splash of wine, then bakes them in sealed packets. This technique, called en papillote, steams the fish in its own juices while infusing it with the flavors of the other ingredients. The parchment creates a perfect cooking environment that's impossible to overcook. When you open the packet at the table, aromatic steam escapes dramatically. The fish comes out perfectly flaky and moist every time, with flavors that have melded together beautifully. It's a restaurant technique that looks impressive, but is actually foolproof for home cooks. Martha uses this method for delicate fish like sole and halibut, but it works with any fillet that's not too thick. Number 3, freeze herbs in olive oil. Martha freezes fresh herbs in olive oil using ice cube trays, creating flavor bombs that last for months. She chops herbs finely, fills ice cube trays halfway with herbs, then tops with olive oil and freezes. Each cube contains the perfect amount of herbs and oil for sautéing vegetables or starting sauces. The oil preserves the herbs' color and flavor better than freezing them plain. When you need fresh herb flavor in the middle of winter, you just drop a cube into your hot pan. It's like having a garden's worth of fresh herbs available year-round, and the flavor is remarkably close to fresh. Martha makes different herb combinations: basil and oregano for Italian dishes, thyme and rosemary for roasted meats, and parsley and chives for finishing touches. Number 2, baking soda for crispy chicken skin. Martha's secret to incredibly crispy chicken skin is baking soda. She mixes baking soda with salt and rubs it all over the chicken skin, then lets it sit in the refrigerator for at least an hour. The baking soda raises the pH of the skin, helping it brown faster and become incredibly crispy. It also draws out moisture, which is the enemy of crispy skin. The result is chicken with skin that shatters when you bite it, just like the best restaurant roasted chicken. Most home cooks struggle with rubbery chicken skin because they don't understand this simple chemistry trick. Martha uses about 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda per pound of chicken, mixed with an equal amount of salt for the perfect ratio. Number 1, the Martha Stewart mise en place system. Here's Martha's most important secret: her mise en place system that makes cooking effortless and professional. She measures and prepares every single ingredient before she starts cooking, arranging them in small bowls in the order she'll use them. This isn't just organization. It's the difference between cooking like a professional and cooking like an amateur. When everything is measured and ready, you can focus on technique instead of scrambling to find ingredients. Martha's system includes having the right tools ready, preheating pans, and even having clean towels positioned strategically. This preparation makes the actual cooking smooth and stress-free, ensuring perfect results every time. Professional chefs never start cooking without complete mise en place, and neither should you. Martha has specific bowls and containers for her mise en place setup, and she arranges them the same way every time to create muscle memory and efficiency in her cooking process. These 25 Martha Stewart cooking tricks represent decades of culinary expertise distilled into techniques that any home cook can master. From the simple ice cube burger trick to the sophisticated mise en place system, these methods have been tested and refined in Martha's kitchens since the 1970s. Each technique addresses a common cooking problem that most home cooks face, providing professional solutions that deliver restaurant-quality results. Start with just a few of these methods and watch how they elevate every dish you make. Your family and friends will notice the difference immediately, and you'll finally understand why Martha's food always looks and tastes restaurant perfect. These aren't just cooking tricks, they're the foundation of professional cooking technique that will transform your kitchen confidence forever. Hit that subscribe button to discover more professional cooking secrets that'll make you the best cook in your neighborhood. And don't miss the next video on your screen, where I reveal the kitchen tools that every serious home cook needs to create restaurant-quality meals at home.